Hello Year 2, so we are on maths for Thursday the 21st of January. Hope you're all okay today. And we are today looking at representing numbers to 100, so using different ways to show different numbers. We know that numbers can be presented in a variety of different ways. So to go through a few together, we've got your numicon, we've got your base 10, you can have your pictorial representations, your straw bundles, 10 frames. Obviously, it can just be represented as a number, in numerals, or in words. So there you've got the number 38, which is always one that's a bit tricky that I think we need to do a little bit more work on in class. And then obviously you've got your bead strings that we use in class as well. Okay, let's go through a few examples together. So on the top here, I have wrote the number in word form. So we've got, in fact, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to shout this number out. What is it? Sound it out. So we've got 33. Then below it, I have done the base 10 representation. So you've got your 3 10s and your 3 1s, remembering that the long sticks represent 10. Here we have the number 3, 2, 1, shout it out. We should have got 72. So double checking that this is correct, we should have 7 10s and 2 1s. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So we've got 70, and then we've got 1, 2, 2 1s. Right, on this one, I've done it just as a number in numerals. So we've got 46. So we should really have 4 10s, which we do. 10, 20, 30, 40. And then our 6 1s. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more than 5 is 6. Now then, here we have our 10 frames. And I have got the number 58 at the top. So we should have 5 lots of 10. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then obviously we've got 8 1s, which means that one of the 10 frames isn't going to be completely full. So even though there looks to be 6 10 frames, the final one isn't full. So it represents your 1s. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the number that's represented there is the 58. Okay, so sometimes you might get a question, for example, does the below representation show the number? And on this one, we've got the number 27. However, a mistake has been made, quite a big one, because 7 10s are shown instead of 7 1s. And then you've got the 2 1s, whereas it should be 2 10s, because obviously the 27 represents 2 10s and 7 1s. So that is incorrect. So if you were explaining that, you might say, no, that is not correct, because the below representation shows 72 and the number is 27. So the person has got mixed up with their 10s and 1s. So if we're doing it correctly, we should have the 2 10s and we should have 7 1s. When that decides to go on infinite cloner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that is now correct. You also might get questions like these. So it says, Sita puts 10 balls in each bag. How many balls are there altogether? So what I would do for this one, everybody, I know that there's 10 in each bag. Let me get my little pen. It's always tricky to do this. So there's 10 in each of those. So I would maybe count up how many bags there are and then times that by 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so that would be 10. Ooh, not good, Miss Boyle. It's very tricky to draw with a pen when you've not got a whiteboard. So 10 times 10, we know is 100. Oh my goodness, there we go, just about. So I would personally do it that way. Or if you want, you could just count through them and you could do 10, 20, 30, 40, counting up in tens that way. But by doing that, I think you've got less chance of making mistakes and overcounting or undercounting. Right, and then the final representation, oh no, I've got one more after that. The final representation, next to final, is obviously your bead strings. So each chunk of this represents 10. And then if you have your smaller amounts after, they are going to be the ones. So the number that is then represented on the bead string is going to be 30. Then to finish off, this is the final one, I do apologise. It says match the number to the correct representation. So on this side, you have your numbers, and on this side, you have your representation. So first one, 1, 10, and 5. 1, so let me have a look. Can't be that one one's got 2 10s. Can't be that one's got 3. Looking at your bead string, yep, there's 1 full 10 and 5 ones. So that's going to be the correct one there. Then I'm looking for the number 35. So I'm looking for a number with 3 10s and 5 ones, which obviously is your base 10, which then leaves the final one of your straw bundles where you've got 2 10s and 5 ones. So your questions today will be a mixture of these style of questions representing numbers to 100. Okay, doke. Thank you, everybody.